Hi everyone, in this video we're going to look at how to set up your artwork folder in preparation to use the LaunchMyNFT generator. One thing to note before we start, the generator will not duplicate DNA. So if you're looking at doing a token or a past style collection, you don't want to use the generator. Have a look at the multiples from a single image video instead. Now the generator requires that you follow a format, and the best way of seeing that format is to download the example folder that we've got on our website. If you go to the FAQ section, you can download it from here. I've already downloaded one, so we'll have a look at that. It comes as a zip file. You need to extract that. There we go. Now when you open this, what you'll see is that inside of the example input images, you've got input images folder. That's the one that you drag in. So it's one layer down from the extracted file. When you open the folder, the first thing you'll see are the layers. In this example, we've got 6 layers, but you can have as many or as few as you need. Most people, it seems, have quite complicated artwork and will have quite a few layers. That's not a problem, so long as you've got your layers first. Pay attention to the spelling of your layers because this information will appear in the metadata of your NFT. I will show you what I mean by that. If I go back to the website and have a look at collections, I'll take this one right here. Click on any image, you can see background, body, mouth, eyes, and this one has include rarity in their generation. That's not something that you have to worry about at this stage. That will come when we actually use the generator. Okay, let's close that and go back to our artwork folders. Now, you also need to make sure that there aren't any symbols in the layer names. The only symbol that is acceptable is an underscore if your operating system requires that to dictate a space. Otherwise, it's just text only. Now, if we look inside each layer, what you'll see are the rarity folders. Every layer must have at least one rarity folder. In this example, we've got 4 and we've named them common, rare, super rare and legendary. You can put them in whatever order you want to in your folder. In reality, you can name them whatever you like. The actual name of the rarity folder doesn't appear anywhere in the metadata. If we look back at the site again, you can see there's nothing on this one that tells you that Blankenstein or that human was a common trait or a rare one. We use the rarity folders just to organise the traits, which ones you want to appear the most of and which ones you want to appear the least of. And then in your head, it's organised as to what to tell the generator when we actually go through and produce your artwork. We'll go through that in more detail in the generation video. If you don't need 4 rarities, that's fine. So long as you've got at least one in there, or as in this example here under accessories, if we open the common folder, that folder's empty. That's fine. You can also have an empty folder. Then inside each rarity folder, you put your traits. It's up to you to decide which are rare, which are common, which are super rare. As I say, the actual name of the rarity folder doesn't appear anywhere. The way we use it here is that we use common for the most common, then rare, then super rare, and then legendary would be the fewest occurrences of those traits in the actual generated art. But it doesn't matter, you use them however you want to. With regards to the artwork itself, if we just open one of these, this is a PNG. The generator will accept JPEGs, PNG, and GIF files. JPEG really only makes sense for the background because all of these traits need to be saved to a transparency layer because what the generator does is it layers the artwork on top of each other. If you don't have it on a transparency, you won't be able to see what's underneath it. So JPEG really you would only use, if you want to, for the background layer. Otherwise, PNG and GIF, PNG being the most common option there. And if you want to, you can have a combination of artwork types. You could have, for example, a JPEG background with a mixture of PNG and GIF layers if you're going down that animated artwork route. Another thing you need to pay attention to is the size of the artwork. These, you can see, I believe that these ones are 500px by 500px. Yeah, 500 by 500 pixels. That's perfect. Anything between 500 times 500 and 1000 times 1000 is absolutely fine for NFTs. You can go larger, but any larger you're likely to hit problems with both the generator and upload issues, just because the file gets so large. You also need to make sure that every single trait that you have throughout all of the artwork and all of these layers is the same size. If it's not the same size, it won't layer up correctly. With regards to the artwork, make sure that you've got your spelling correct. Is how you want it. It will be in your metadata, so make sure that you've got your naming convention right. These names of the traits will appear in your metadata, so you want to make sure it's accurate. It can be fixed if you make a mistake, but it's tricky, it's time consuming, and honestly it's just best to get it right first time. So to recap, you have your input folder. Inside that you have your layers. Inside all of the layers there must be at least one rarity folder, and inside the rarity folder you put your artwork, your actual traits. Don't have any symbols in the folder or file names. Every layer must have at least one rarity folder. Keep the artwork to a reasonable size. For example, 1000 times 1000 pixels, that's great. All artwork must be the same size, and all traits should have a transparent background. If you do that, we won't have problems with the generator, but we'll look at using the generator in another video.